do you see things as they are. You could never force nobody else to wear them.
Things I think while I lie awake and contemplate tonight are wearing me out. Well, maybe tomorrow the world will wake and get it right, but I have my doubts, yeah. During the day, well, I design machines of war that scream through the sky. 'Cause I, for one, I like to go to bed free at night under these stars and stripes. And I have my doubts that we're coming out. Yes, I have my doubts, and I have my doubts that we'll make it back out. Yes, I have my doubts, but they'll wind you up and pull the cord until you're spun right out. And I don't understand. Roll the dice and raise the price to feed the machine's mouth. Call it the progress of man. And I have my doubt that we're coming out. Yes, I have my doubts. And I have my doubts that we'll make it back out. I have my doubts, so I'll drink my stuff and raise some hell and shoot my guns to the end of my time. You can have the booze and go to hell and take the guns, but I know they won't be mine. I have my doubts. So we're all messed up and out of touch. Let's text someone who's in the other room. So don't wonder why we don't say hi or know anyone. I might as well move to the moon. So maybe I'm wrong. Well, I hope that I'm wrong. So maybe I'm wrong. Well, I hope that I'm wrong. Well, the things I think while I lie awake and contemplate at night.
Talking because I can't hear you.
No, I wasn't.
Oh,
can you hear me now?
Your mouth was moving. That's why I had to ask.
Good evening, everybody. I know that I am like 17 minutes late. Well, 12 or so if you consider the intro. I have just been fighting a stupid audio issue like no other. The other day, I stopped hearing the content that I play um, on my computer in my headset while being in here. It's important that I hear that audio because that's the audio that I'm trying to pipe out to you. And so I lost that audio a couple of days ago. I normally don't have an issue. It's not too big of a deal because I can just you know not use any audio from the screen. In other words, I couldn't play videos for you guys or whatever, and I normally don't anyway. Well, I still want the capability, and I did have the capability, but somehow my settings got all whacked out. So what I'm gonna have to do, I guess, tomorrow is I'm gonna get rid of voice meter. I'm gonna uninstall it. Of course, I gotta reinstall it back because I have to use that. But then I've got virtual desktop. I'm gonna uninstall that app, and then the Meta one that I do with this, with the Meta Workrooms app. There's an app that I have to run in order to stream my computer to you guys. So I'm gonna uninstall all that stuff, and then reinstall it, and one at a time, and try to figure out just where this thing's getting whacked. Because when it works, it's incredible. It works great. When it doesn't work, it makes you want to pull your hair out. And I've been doing this stuff for a long time. I've been working with computers for 30 years now, and working with all kinds of inputs, outputs, whether it be video, audio, you name it. Um, this is just whack. I don't know what it is, but you have to understand when I look in the back end on my computer at all my different audio devices, I've got a ton of them. Like you may only have two, maybe three, or something like that. Oh no, I've got a list. I've got a list, and I've got to have those set specifically right, everything, or else the system won't function how I need it to. And I got something out of whack somewhere that I can't figure out, so I have to start from square one. So I actually started that. I had to during the intro music. That was all a fun thing too. And no, I didn't get dressed up. I didn't even think about it. That is awesome that Patrick did though, and that's freaking awesome. And I didn't even think of that, dude. I did not even think of that. I Oh yeah, I gotta find my chat windows too. I've got chat windows up somewhere that I can't see, and I mean, you want to talk about being in disarray? Did I just? Oh, I thought I just knocked that screen down. Okay, like I said, I've got tons of screens going on. I need to get some uh moved up a little bit. One moment, looking for another one that I need, another small one. Where's it at? Huh. Oh, there it is. Okay. That one needs to be enabled. Pardon me just for a moment, folks. Let me get these screens put up, otherwise I won't be able to see. Enable topmost. And then this one here. Fun times. Enable topmost. And then let me make that transparent a little bit. Ah. There. That should work. Although I don't even see any viewers in here. Do we not have any viewers? I can't see shit.
Says 6 on my end.
Oh, really? Oh, well,
Yeah.
howdy, folks. And here I thought there's nobody. Well, my thing's screwed up, I guess. What else is new? That's the show. This show is screwed up. And if you expect anything other than screwed up out of this show, well, then you're probably in the wrong place. Hey, there I go. Now I see stuff. We are not. Oh, you're not. Hey, he's getting jiggy with it over here. I am so discombobulated tonight. It is unbelievable. But at least I think now I have screens and stuff up. Sweet. So anyway, we have a sip of coffee. While the intro was playing, I had to go to the bathroom. So I ran, went to the bathroom, got my cup of coffee, got back here, and sat down, and my entire system disconnected from Workrooms here. And so I'm like, dang it, I'm trying to get back in, trying to get back in. Then the software crashes, and I'm like, oh. So then I had to start from scratch as far as Workrooms, getting in here from my headset. And which is no big deal, but it just takes a little bit of time. And I literally got right back into my chair, just like as I was switching over. So what the hell are you doing over there?
I was flexing,
Oh, you're flexing.
showing my muscle.
So anyway, it's just a chill night. I suppose I could take a quick peek and make sure that there's nothing more crazy over there on war news that we should know about before we get going too crazy here.
I heard that they're estimating that oil could go up to $150 a barrel.
Yes,
That's insane.
that is what they're saying, and I don't doubt it, not even the least.
Talk
Not
about
even
crashing the economy. That'll do it.
Yeah, and I think that's what part of it is. I think their plan is to really put a hurting on just the average everyday person. I don't think it's limited to the United States or anything like that. I don't know what I'm hitting there. Oh, that needs to get out of my way. Otherwise, I'll knock it over. Hang on, if you see funky screens or anything, I'm moving my desk around, which should have been done before I started. But somebody's trying to fix audio issues. Oh, I need that. So anyway, the Houthis, let me go ahead and bring my screen up for the folks. Oh, Steve made it. Okay, let me blow this up. Yay.
Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I heard him.
We lost a bunch of people. It's probably because my excellence in broadcasting.
You lost a bunch of people?
Yeah. Because I'm sucking tonight, Steve. I'm sucking hardcore tonight.
I thought it was because it was Halloween.
No.
I don't know what you did different, but you're sounding way better today.
Oh, yeah, you are. What the hell did you do, Steve?
Changed something on the card or something like that. And I don't know what it is, but I'm glad it's working if it's coming in. You know, the first time we did this, it came in great. So
No, that is whatever you've done, that is how it's supposed to be set because you sound perfect.
Okay.
Yep.
So whatever it is, that's what you need to keep doing. So whatever hammer you hit it with this time, just use the same hammer.
Yeah.
Oh shit. I'm knocking stuff down. Okay.
Yeah.
So
You're in the middle of your news.
Oh no, you're fine. I'm actually late, and the time I have been here, the 10 minutes I've been here, I've been pretty much screwing off. Because it's the Watchman news. And I just, I don't know. What the hell do you guys think? Tell me, talk to me. What do you think about this stuff going on?
Hey, I like that. I just brought up the screen. I wondered where Patrick was. He came dressed for the occasion.
Yeah. Woohoo.
And I forgot to
you
switch it
go.
back for the people watching. Sorry, folks. Well, I mean, it looks the
Looking
same
good there,
for us
Pat.
here.
Looking good.
Thank you.
Oh man, yeah, I didn't even think about it, man. I wished I would have now. Huh. I wish other people could see my little red thingy. Nobody can see it.
I can see it.
You can see it, but you got a headset on.
Yeah.
They can't see it. It sucks. See?
I don't know. I
Oh,
think it's all absolutely insane, man. I mean, it's if there was ever indication of a world war starting, this is it.
well, Steve knows a little bit about history.
Oh boy. Okay. Yeah. Well, I was the referee in the big college. They'd come and get me when the COs and the prisoners were in big arguments over stuff. They'd go find me. Thanks a lot, guys. Now you know. Okay.
Well,
Continue.
the comment has been made that um what is going on, the setup that is happening right now is very reminiscent of World War One. Do you find that true?
I World War One was pretty. Like the whole thing that sparked it, according to what most people say, is the assassination of the Mark, the Duke of. Now I can't remember, but there was assassination, and it kind of lit the thing off. But I'm not all that well versed in World War One because it is so kind of loosey goosey, Mike. I mean, as to what in the hell lit it off. You may be a lot more on it than I am. What do you think
Your mic is starting to fade out. I don't know what happened. You got real low. Well, I don't know. That's why I'm asking you. Um,
about it?
I am,
Well,
I am. Oh, now you're back. I am limited with my knowledge on World War II, very limited, and I have no knowledge of World War One.
World War One, I know we lost. I mean, even the Polish lost millions of people. Like every country across the world lost tons and tons. There are people who lost way more than we lost in America for soldiers.
yeah, there were battlefields like I think the Ardennes. There was like in a space of 20 miles, like 60,000 died in that little deal. All their trench warfare and the gas, stuff like
I
that.
think like millions of Polish died though. Like I don't know. I know there's if you look up the numbers of all the people, like all the countries and the amount of soldiers that died in World War One, it's insane.
Yeah, yeah, it was pretty. I had a grandfather that was in World War One. He was in France with an artillery unit, but they were just learning how to really fight a all-out war with what they had then, and kind of rules of war came out with no gas, no biological warfare, stuff like that. But hell, they were using biological warfare. 400 AD, catapulting dead bodies into castles and stuff, so it spread disease. But
That's insane.
Archduke, it was Archduke Ferdinand of Bavaria, I believe,
Mm-hmm.
was assassinated, and that triggered I don't know, all-out war.
Now, where the hell is Ferdinand? Or where is that? Bavaria, you
That's what I'm
said?
trying to think. I think for some reason that's what it comes to mind is like Bavaria, and
How in the hell we be even involved in any of that nonsense?
Well, because it's spread all over, just like World War II.
Okay.
As for the that was the introduction of the the balloons, the hydrogen balloons, the aircraft, stuff like that. So they ran around bombing people that they wouldn't otherwise.
Um. Well, the reason I'm wondering is because um. Well, as we've been covering and as I've got up there, now the Houthis have officially declared war on Israel. Um, says they targeted the nuclear plant in Dimona, mass attack with ballistic missiles, cruises, and drones. Cruise missiles, it means. Um, I, the thing of it is,
What's happening to what's
well,
hello?
the Houthis, now the Houthis are from Yemen, I believe, and so they're
You're
just
not
another.
coming through.
I'm not coming through. Can you hear me?
I hear you.
Oh, well, Steve's not hearing me. That's
I
on
can.
your end, Steve, if you hear me.
Let me.
Oh,
Yeah, the video's working too, so it's
okay.
on his end.
Okay. Yeah, this is what's got me concerned because the other actors that said that they would get involved if it didn't stop are doing what they said they were going to do, which I know none of us could know 100% whether they were going to follow through or not because, well, these groups often make threats, and a lot of them are empty. A lot of them result in nothing. But here the Houthis are firing missiles. And um, that's just adding another layer and another front to this. Also, in the news, for one, Egypt's telling uh, Israel, you better not, none of your bullshit better spill over into our country. So Sisi's telling Israel that. And
Yeah, they're
uh,
begging them to open the borders, and Egypt's like, no, not
right.
happening.
And then um, Russia has came out today and told Israel that they better knock off their strikes in Syria because they've recently gone in like 3 separate occasions and performed raids in Syria, hitting airfields and everything else. And Russia has said enough. So,
And the world and apparently a lot of America isn't really supporting Biden getting his nose in this either.
no, no. And, the thing is, um, when I stop and I
It's
take a
all like a
look at,
popularity contest, man. It's like
well, yeah, it does seem a
freaking
lot like that.
ridiculous. Like
My,
how I'm sorry to interrupt, but like how a celebrity shows up at a national crisis just to
mhm,
show face.
right.
That's feel like that's all he's doing. Here, take some money and take some pictures.
Well, and that's all Zelensky's been doing from the get-go.
Yeah,
He's been the photo shoot president, the photo shoot wartime president, I guess. Um, it's just I don't think that this is going to stop. I think that the people that are involved aren't willing to play around anymore. There's another country. Um, I can't remember which one now. It was just recently that they said that they were going to cut ties, Israeli ties. Um, South American state, but I can't remember which one. Bolivia. Bolivia announced they were severing diplomatic ties. Steve left. Uh, they were severing diplomatic ties.
It's
So,
almost like the way it's like two guys are fighting at the bar. The one guy is a dumbass, and he does something and gets decked. But then the
mm-hmm,
guy who decks him back is not stopping, and someone has to come and pull him off of him. That's what
right.
I feel like we need to do with Israel. Someone needs to be like, dude, rein your stuff in, chill out, look at this from a different perspective, and let's go at it in a different direction instead of just going balls to the wall. Let's kill everybody,
Yep,
bomb everything. I
pretty
think the
much what it
world's
seems
getting
they're
sick
doing.
sick of it, and those who are on their yeah, if we continue to stay on their side like that, it's inevitably going to be a world war, no doubt.
I heard that, Steve.
Especially
Okay.
if Russia's not on their side.
Yeah, you're back clear again.
Uh, well, and I had to go look, but I was right. Is Archduke Ferdinand and his wife were both assassinated by a Serbian in Sarajevo.
Mm-hmm.
So is Hungary and that sort of thing, and the thing spread across like they're worried about happening now in like Israel because evidently they're shoot I wouldn't blame uh, Israel just flattening everything. I mean, I'd turn them loose myself, just let them go. And I don't like our reaction that's happening in this country. I'll say that.
Right. Yeah, I think what's happening is in Israel right now is insanity. But again, I think there's a large disconnect of what's really happening there because I don't think a lot of people can identify who it is that's fighting. See, what people know of or think of as Israel is actually just one tribe of Israel, the tribe of Judah, right? They are the Judaism. They are the Jews, right? That the Jews are only one tribe of Israel. And so the issue lies when you start looking at who the other tribes of Israel are and you realize that, oh, wait, some of them still exist. They're all called different names now, or at least appear that way. Um, and I can't identify who they all are. I have no idea. But I do know who the Palestinians are. And that one isn't really too far from where it was. They were the Philistines. They were the Philistines. So what we have, if you were wanting to say it in a biblically correct manner, is that we have with Palestine and quote unquote Israel, is that we have two tribes, two separate tribes of Israel fighting. Now, this isn't the first time, and I'm probably sure it's not going to be the last time. And, well, God has punished his children for fighting time and time and time again. It's right there in the scripture. And I don't think people are connecting this. But in the end, the reality of what's going on is sickening. It is evil to its core. And what it is, it's the one tribe of Israel, that is the tribe of Judah, that is hell bent on eliminating all the other tribes so that they are the only tribe of Israel. Then anything they say goes because they are Israel. They are the only Israel that's left.
Yeah.
See, when you say Israel, people think of a nation, they think of a country, they think of land, and they think of Jewish people. But that's not descriptive of what Israel is. Israel is a group of tribes.
My
It's a
wife
group of
was
tribes.
actually looking up the map in the Bible and stuff of how Israel used to be and how it is now. And it's like, They really did just take over.
They just took it.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. It is so ridiculous. And people are just blindly walking into just agreeing with all of this because they were
And
told all their lives.
right. And in any other situation, it's not okay. It's not okay when UK
No.
or Europe took over Africa. It's not okay when we took over the natives. It's not like,
No.
but in this situation, for some reason, and I'm seriously like, I honestly believe that it's just, I will say propaganda over World War, over Nazis, because that's what they're relating it to, and
Well,
that's
yeah.
the
Oh, they
foot they're
even went in.
standing on.
Do you know that they even went into the UN meeting today with yellow stars on?
Really?
Yes, they did.
Hmm.
They went into the UN meeting today with yellow stars on. I was like, oh my goodness.
We're going to go through it again, Mike. What I've been
Yeah,
saying for years. We're
but
going to do. We have to go through this again. I mean, the
it's
whole damn
it's
work.
Or is
it's
it going to
not
be
the
on the
Jews
other
though.
foot? It's going to be on the other foot this time.
It's not going to be Jews that are genocided. It's
Yeah,
going to be
that's
the Christians, Steve. It's going to be the
yeah.
Christians.
Well, on the Western, well, I guess you call it the Western way of life.
Well, yeah, yeah. See, that's all part of it, and that's what people don't understand. And I wish you could get Christians to open their ears a little bit and realize what it is
Oh, geez.
what they're
Oh,
supporting and what it
yeah.
is they're
Well,
against.
they
You
hate us.
know,
We
On
are to most of those people. We are
goyim,
the definition
goyim,
of what's wrong with the earth.
filthy animals. We are
Yeah.
goyim, filthy animals, and it blows my mind that
well,
nobody sees this.
it looks. See, it wasn't just the Jews with Nazis. It wasn't just
No,
they were the Slavics, the Polish. I mean,
absolutely.
just watching a very interesting show that is very modern. From the art, tell with just the artwork of we're still trying to figure people are suing, because of the artwork that was stolen from the Jewish families, stolen from the Polish families, and Hitler was wanting to eliminate uh, most of the Polish people because they were undesirables, like
Right.
deplorables, yeah, undesirables.
Yep.
And I look at
I
China.
think
Go ahead, Pat.
I think a lot of the Germans felt that way about the Polish because growing up around here, around nothing but old Germans, that's the thing they do, make fun of Polish.
That's where
I
you're
think,
growing up, you say?
yeah, like in my area, it's all old German people, German and Dutch. And like, and the Dutch make fun of the German make fun of the Dutch. And everybody makes fun of Poland or
Yep.
Polish.
Yeah, well, we're keeping the German tradition alive here where I'm at, believe me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, digging through my wife's father's stuff, and wife's still living, and there's a watch, what do they call it, a watch fob or watch bob or whatever.
hmm
Put on your vest and your pocket. Yeah, on there was, I go through the jewelry box, and there was a swastika on it.
Yep.
That used to be a good symbol.
Oh, it was a lucky symbol. I mean, there's coins. There was, my dad had a coin, and it was just a coin. It had a swastika on it, had all the lucky symbols on it,
Yep.
and his foot locker and stuff, back when he was flying. But yeah, I said, well, what's this swastika? So it used to be a lucky symbol. So it's probably the most recognizable symbol in the world today,
Mm.
though.
Right. Right. But they
That
like to
and
flip the
rainbows.
script. Yeah, and that's what I was just saying. They
Yeah.
like to flip the script. And that's what they do because see, people have a tendency to associate things. And if they can get people to associate things, and they are more likely to be able to get them to move in that direction socially. And so that's why they take things like the rainbow. Well, you can't speak bad about the rainbow because that's in the Bible,
Yeah,
right?
well,
But then
yeah.
they adopt it and morph it. And well, it's kind of like what Patrick's been saying about how he feels with what's going on. That it's kind of like with the Jews, because of the Holocaust. Now they're more or less written a blank check to do whatever the hell they want, and everybody turns their head because everybody's afraid to speak against
Yeah.
them. And he's right. And I don't even think that that's by accident or just by chance. I think that was specifically done. Um,
Yeah, but I tell you, they were just talking about that on a show I was watching the night before I fell asleep and was late getting here. But of how I grew grew up around a few of them. There were not many, but I was fascinated with the history of it and collected different things from Israel and commemorative medals and things like that. But why in the world they just love big abusive governments? They just love it. I just never understood that, and that's what they were referring to tonight. That might they, when they're looking at what is going on in these colleges, this leftist Marxist type of attitude towards the Jews right now, might change their mind on who they vote for because they just love. And it's the thing that has been more abusive to Jews than anything else.
well, you
Well, we
faded out,
finally
and
faded all the way out.
uh,
I faded out.
Yeah.
yeah,
Gee,
but you're there now. Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like you're walking
uh,
away or something.
yeah. It's weird.
I'm sorry. I was sitting right here talking into the microphone, but that's maybe my little symbol, my little microphone symbol disappeared. I had it on earlier. Mike, can you hear
Yeah,
me now?
yeah.
Uh, tell me now as I recall, and you'll know, you probably know more about this.
You faded out again.
Israelites are
Oh,
uh,
now say that again. Now, okay, talk now. You're good.
the the Philistines took a whipping, didn't they, in the
Yeah,
Bible?
yeah.
And it wasn't it the Israel that or Jews or and I'm trying to get back to the guy with I don't know this. Sarah was his wife, and she couldn't conceive. She was too old. And Ishmael he went with the handmaiden. Remember?
Oh God, I would have to read those parts again.
And I can't think of the man, the guy. I just but Ishmael was then Sarah there was she ended up getting pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
Had God was it David? Uh, then Ishmael and God, what was her name? Was banished from the tribe, and they went off and started another tribe, which is the whole Muslim deal, I think. Part.
Yeah. See, I would have to dig back into those parts. One of my bigger weaknesses on biblical knowledge is the relationships. I never did. Odd thing. I've never been good with that. Even like in regular my life. I've always kind of struggled with what does this make this person, and I don't know why. It's so weird. And the same is true biblically. I have a hard time remembering who belongs to who and all that. And I read that the whole this person begat this person and this person, and it's just like I can't remember a single one. Not a single one.
Yeah, it's not easy for me. The Revolutionary War. I can tell you the different battles and stuff, but trying to get them in the right order and where they were at and the time and all that, it just drives me nuts. And I just
Well, I never was good with remembering names. I've never been good with remembering names, but I'll remember a face, or at least used to. I think I'm
Could you
losing that.
imagine leaving a country to start a new country just to hundreds of years later be taxed 35% of your paycheck?
Yeah, yeah, right. By the country that was founded in a manner promising not to do that. Yeah, oh
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. Dude, we pissed off the entire damn Constitution and the founding of this nation at this point.
for real, they'd be
I mean,
fighting us.
it's really nothing that our forefathers had built. And it's sad, but I don't think there's any way to get
testing.
back. Oh, yep, you're there.
Okay. I'm playing here. I'm trying to
Nah,
get the thing back.
I've been saying for years, like, to me, the country doesn't feel like it's a steady train going to a destination. It feels like a runaway train that nobody can stop, and eventually we're gonna crash the thing, man.
Oh gosh.
Well,
I'm hearing the music now, an acoustic guitar somewhere, and they're playing Runaway Train. Go ahead, Steve. I'm being an idiot.
no, but in watching the Nazis and this whole deal, the master race and everything like that they were developing, having the girls all get as pregnant as they possibly could, build the master race, and to eliminate the undesirables. It just for some reason it's what I think about the Chinese wanting to do trade. Is this is the place they're going to take
Mm-hmm.
and eliminate the people.
Did they really lose though?
I'm
I
sorry.
mean, I mean, they still got to keep Germany, and all the Germans are still there. I mean,
Well,
I,
but
I,
they considering World War II,
the
they
war
this is
stopped, but they didn't like have to do anything because of what they did, right? I mean, yeah, there were war crimes that were,
well they
but like,
we
there's no
re,
punishment for war, is there? Is what I'm saying.
yeah, but there was after World War I, which brought about World War II, is that the whole all the countries just not only buried Germany, they were keeping them buried. They were starving to death, everything like that, which brought about really Adolf Hitler. So after World War II, that we're not going to do what happened with the Versailles Treaty and all that, that the war reparations that they were having Germany pay. So instead of that, we it helped Germany rebuild and be a part of the world. However,
Oh,
there
cool.
was
See,
there was some discussion. This is why we didn't allow them any kind of surrender. Is unconditional surrender. We were going to not till they were, leveled and destroyed. And there was even some talk about after the war, we just castrate the Germans because,
right.
they just done this 20 years before. This is all they do.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. It really, truly is pretty crazy. I um, I don't know.
So
I
what?
just keep looking at what's going on now, and I don't think that we're gonna have, because I don't think this is gonna stop, and I don't think that we're gonna have anything recognizable as a nation.
what's one way to get all the kids and teen or not teens, but To get a whole generation of people up that don't want to go to work, what's the best way to get them to go to work? Draft, man.
Oh, yeah, but
I mean, think about it. I mean,
I don't think that would be their motive nearly as much as eliminating depopulation
well, I
using
don't think
war.
it'd be a motive, but I mean, yeah, it'd be like a way to, I don't know, like say,
Well, and I wondered that too. Is that
send
why
the
they're
roaches
all of
in
a
first
sudden?
is their ideas, like get rid of all the useless first. You know how war is, they think they're like, how am I trying to say it? All us humans out here who ain't worth nothing, we're the ones gonna die first.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
that's the way it
Yeah.
works. um, and I don't understand why people don't do something to at least try to put an end to it. I don't know.
It's too much money to make.
It's always possible to keep your nose out of it. Plenty of other countries do it. I don't know why we can't.
Well, we were warned from the beginning, whether it's Washington or Jefferson, probably others, but to stay out of entanglements, foreign entanglements.
Yeah, and we definitely should. Unless it affects us, we should stay out of it. Seriously.
But the Muslims, and I remember the Barbary pirates. It wasn't until late pirates
Uh,
who would
American.
raid. Sorry,
I was just
they
I you were cutting
go
in and
ahead.
out.
Oh crud! Well,
you're
I hear
back
you
now
now.
though.
yeah. Well, it's no good. Anyway, the Barbary pirates are the Muslims.
Okay.
Okay.
They were raiding ships, and we paid huge amounts of money. The Treasury, U.S. Treasury did, and finally, this is where the Marines came about to the this to the shores of Tripoli. Well, Tripoli, what are they talking about? War II? No, they're talking about back in the 1700s with going and getting the Muslims.
Right. Right.
What do you? I'm curious. Just Mike, you're see. I don't whatever. I don't even consider it a religion.
What's that?
Bully thugs.
What's that? What? Because you cut out when you said who? Who is bully thugs?
The Muslims,
Oh, the
Islam.
Muslim.
This is
Well,
all a
and
game to the guy that created it, and all this was to.
well, again, Muslim and Islam are two totally separate things. Islam is a political ideology. It has nothing to do with the Muslim faith. It's just that the Muslim faith are the ones that have that ideology. It's not the only ones that have that ideology. The Christians have that ideology, so do the Jews. All of them have that ideology. You go look at how many different religions will sit there and tell you that they're the only one, that none of the others are right, and you will spend eternity in hell if you go worship God in this manner or any manner other than our own. And
It's pretty
okay,
much
so
every denomination says that.
they're all bullies in my eyes when it comes to that, and that is not what the Father said, and that is not what the Father intended. And the Father, as long as somebody is of pure heart and does the right things, the Father's going to bring them in. It doesn't matter what damn label they put above them for their faith. That has no bearing. And
Because in
you know
reality, it's just a word.
no, right. No, and see, Yeshua, Jesus didn't even like the Jews, the tribe of Judah. He didn't. He rejected them time and time again, including when they were walking him to the cross. He once again rejected them. But even though that he didn't like them, as in who they were as like a people, because that kind of was his hang up, he would still bless them. He would still help heal them. He would still, it was, it was kind of just like God says we're supposed to do. We're supposed to love everyone like our neighbor, even our enemies. And I know that sounds really bizarre, but he meant it. Now, what you have to understand is out of all the faiths out there that have uh, taken on the new covenant, I guess is the best way to put it, that have accepted the New Testament, which
Right.
includes the Christians. And you know who else it includes? The Muslims. Do you know who it doesn't include?
Jewish.
The Jewish. Isn't that interesting, Steve?
Yeah.
Um, there will be a point in time, I guarantee you, that in Judaism, it will become a practice to behead anyone that won't denounce Jesus. Mark my words. Mark my words. Because all this whole shit going on, that is what it's about. I'm telling you, the Bible talks about how we'll be fighting a battle of, you know, of spirituality. And that's what this is. That's what this is. And folks don't understand that's what's going on. There is a holy war going on. The
Yeah, this
problem
one's
is,
not about oil.
no. And the problem is they've been lied to. The people as a whole have been lied to about who's who.
Mm-hmm. And the
So I
fact that
mean,
we're all getting involved in it, especially when you say like that, when Judaism thinks the way they do about Christianity,
mm-hmm.
and there's a
Yep.
whole lot more Christians in the world than there are Jewish.
And
I
that's all
mean,
I ask
by
people.
a far cry.
If you're a Christian and you find the things I've been saying or Patrick or if you find them offensive, then I ask of you to go look into the faith of Judaism. I ask you to ask questions like, do you believe in Jesus? Is Jesus your savior? Was Jesus the Messiah? Ask them questions like that. But
Yeah, and it shouldn't
understand
be
the answer you're going to
controversial
get.
because they just simply don't believe the Messiah has come yet.
Right.
You
And you're
know?
not supposed to love them any more or any less either
Yeah.
way. It's not about that. It's about clarifying who it is that you're either supporting or not supporting. Because I think that's important. And it's just my opinion, but I think the father would be a little bit upset.
And be very
Yep, I heard
clear.
you.
Be very clear that in some of these people's eyes, you staying out of it and not participating in religion at all is just makes you just as guilty as being a Christian.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah, no, you have to choose a side with
Yeah.
them. And that's the thing. And that's what they've been preparing society for centuries to make that decision, to allow yourself to be funneled into choices and then
There is
to
no like if Israel say we let them take over tomorrow, there's no you can't just well everybody in a good majority of people in America be screwed,
yeah.
because what's the
Well,
percentage of people in America that are Jewish? It can't be more than 10%. It's got to be like 5 or something.
Oh, you better look that up.
okay. From
You
just
better look
I'm
that
taking a
up.
wild guess. I'll look it up quick.
a conversation standpoint of, is it about the Jews? They piss. I mean,
You faded out. The last word I heard was piss.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
Now you're
Testing
back.
1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3.
Now you're back.
Okay. Trying some stuff.
Oh,
Can you hear
see,
me?
I was being generous. It's 2.4%. It says on.
Oh, I thought there was a lot more than that.
So
But
if
what is it? What is it they do that causes so much animosity?
so, that means that
Who?
97
Jews.
point, 8% or whatever, 97,
Right or not?
97%
Right. What?
of people wouldn't be welcome to them.
What are you asking, Steve? What about what it now?
What
What do they
is
do?
it that the Jews do that causes so much animosity?
Now, see, you faded out when you were gonna. I think you said animosity.
Yes.
Okay, say the rest of what you said.
I
Wait
got
a minute.
After you answer, I think I have my reasoning on the animosity.
That it causes so much animosity. What can you hear me?
See, you fade in and out. I really think that's audio ducking. See, you're there.
Well, I don't know what is this thing. God.
Yeah, it's where your
You were
mic's
saying
picking
you,
up background audio and stopping.
you were saying something about what causes so much animosity against the Jews.
Right.
What they are doing from who? That's the question I need to ask you. From who?
From
Animosity from who?
everybody. The
From it.
Germans. The whoever in this country. What is it? Okay, do you all
I
have an opinion or have an idea? What I mean, just what
I do have
is
an
it?
opinion, but it's not going to be a very well liked one.
Well, go ahead. You won't be alone, evidently, because
You know how intelligent Hitler was, right?
wow, is this a trick question?
Well, no. I mean,
Well, he wasn't a dumb run of the mill person. I
the
mean, he
man
was
was an
able to.
absolute genius. I mean, his inventions alone are mind blowing. I mean,
He
he
had a lot of he
probably
had a lot of he had a lot of help, Mike.
yeah, but he actually came up with a lot of that stuff himself, especially in the early days. Um, like say the press, the hydraulic press, that was all him. Um, I think the Volkswagen was much him, wasn't it?
Suppose in the Autobahn,
Mm-hmm.
no
So,
speed limits.
you're talking about a man that has just an immense amount of intelligence. And I can tell you that people that are gifted in that way, one of the things that is common about them is their ability to recognize patterns, um, their very high levels of comprehension. Um, honestly, I think Hitler figured out the same damn thing I've been talking about since all this shit started. And I think he figured it out. I'm not saying that he in any way was right for what he did or anything like that, because I think any of it's wrong. But I think what it was is that he figured out the deception. He figured out there was a deception. And again, I don't think he was in the right mind. I don't think he was in the right heart or anything else. But I honestly think that that is what triggered him against them. And like you said, though, it wasn't just the Jews. It was a bunch of different, and it didn't stop at religions or nationalities and all that. It didn't stop at all that. It continued to the disabled, to the elderly, to the So I don't really know what all of Hitler's malfunctions were. I think that there were several malfunctions of Hitler. Um, but I think at the same time he saw some things, and I think that's why he targeted them. Um,
I think that the reason people have so much animosity is the same reason they have animosity towards Christians. Anytime someone tells you they believe something you don't believe or agree with, there builds animosity, period.
well, didn't Hitler claim to be more like to be Christian, to believe in God, didn't he?
Well, he was
He's,
Aryan, that's the belief, right? And Aryans are Christian.
I believe he was brought up in the Catholic Church. I may have that wrong, but he was fascinated with religious artifacts, things like this. The mystique of them or the magic of them were, or as a lot of people are, the uh, superstition of them.
I've also heard the Aryan also didn't have anything to do with it. The Aryan wasn't had nothing to do with Hitler or anything like
I
that.
don't
The
think they did.
Aryan is more of a Viking belief.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think that was Aryan.
A
Um,
lot of people say that though, that he was trying to create an Aryan race of blondes. Yeah, that's what I heard growing up my whole life.
Steve Steve mentioned that he was Catholic, and depending on his level of Catholicism that he had went through and his belief in it, because that is also a belief that follows the doctrine, dogmas and doctrines that if you don't believe the way they believe, you're going to hell.
Hmm.
And um, maybe that played more of a role. I don't know. I'm actually going to have to dig a little bit. I think I'm going to have to dig a little bit more into Hitler, as in
Well,
who he was and his upbringing.
what wouldn't you say is he was somewhat off in his
He was somewhat what?
off on his reasoning?
Oh,
No,
yes,
no
very
doubt.
much so. But that's intellectuals. I speak from experience.
Well, but the
intellectuals
what I'm
intellectual
comparing,
people are way off socially.
well, this is why I can't. The people,
You cut out there.
well, okay.
Hit it with the red hammer. The red hammer. No, again,
I don't know. I don't. I would.
it's like I think it's the audio ducking. I think the microphone is after you speak for a little time, the microphone's picking up the speakers you have going on, and it's starting to mute down your microphone. And the only way you're gonna get away from that is to get a headset.
It's no doubt because when you're recording stuff, you obviously don't have things playing in the background, so your mic's gonna be fine.
Right.
But like on here, it's gonna want to pick up and focus on whatever sound it hears, and if you're not making a sound, it's gonna try to focus in on because I can hear the YouTube video playing in the background when he's
Yep.
not speaking.
I can too.
So
So that's what it's picking up on.
you really need a headset. I was looking on Amazon, man. They got some for $15. Some
Hell,
HP
I had
ones.
one
They
for
use
10.
them for yeah, they like for call centers and stuff. Like you pick up
Oh,
a
dude,
really good
I
quality one for cheap.
if I had the damn money, I'd ship one to them. I just ain't got it.
Yeah,
I we have
I
been
tried telling him that last night. I said, "Send me your email. I'll send you one or your address."
everything has dropped
Because
out
I
for
can pick
us.
them up for a dime a dozen around here at a secondhand store or something.
I gotta figure out a side gig I can do for the time being until we are all start glowing. Cause well, I started scaling back like a year ago. I'm like, okay, it's time to kind of start scaling back, pull some of the orders in a little bit, and I think I've made that call a little bit too early. So, I just I got to get the engines running again. I just don't know what engines to get running really, because right
Well,
now,
I'm not prepared in any way, shape, or form. So,
well, we're prepared in that manner, but that's what I was focusing on, was getting prepared. And
yeah.
now I won't sit here and say, well, we're prepared, because we'll never be what I would call prepared unless I win the lottery. And then we still won't be, because every day I'll be waiting for something else, and I won't be prepared until I get it. You know how that goes.
Oh yeah.
But as far as prepping, we're as prepared as we're going to get, but I was pulling my oars a little bit too soon. And like I say, I got to figure out what oars I can get out there, because the merchandise gig is flat right now because people aren't spending money. So I got to figure out what I can do with the skills I have and the equipment that I have to be able to start bringing in money.
So I've been
And
trying to think of the same thing, man.
it's a rough market. And like I say, we've been doing merchandise. So that's what I've got gear for, is doing merchandise, but nobody's really looking for merchandise right now.
No.
And then with all the vinyl printers out there now, a lot of people are wanting printed vinyl and not cut vinyl.
Or
And
DTF.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So I just
That's what took me out.
yeah. Yep. Yeah, I can't compete with that. So, and that's like, I used to do the decals for Angry American. And they cut vinyl decals, quality decals. Well, he figured out that he could order printed stickers for a lot cheaper. So I think he started charging the people that buy from his website. I think he charges them more for cheaper stickers.
Yeah.
Messed up, dude. And when I
Yeah.
saw that, I'm like, nah, that's bogus. But that's all these people are about. That's all they care about is money. I mean,
Hmm.
it is absolutely ridiculous. And people wonder in this country, well, what the hell happened to this country? Well, nobody gives a damn anymore. That's what happened. And why would people give a damn if they can't
People only
even make a living? You
people
know?
only want to care about what's going on in their home because they don't have time to care about anything else, man.
Well, and that's not an accident. They keep everybody's time filled up and active as much as they can, especially with doing things that
Like,
really aren't furthering themselves or furthering their neighbor or furthering,
right. Like,
um,
okay, with the right to work thing, you were talking about how, and we can't get enough people to go and march on the Capitol. We can't because
no,
everybody's employer is like, nah, you do that, your ass is canned.
yeah,
Period.
yep,
You know?
yep,
And
yeah. I
now
mean,
now they'll look you up and see if you were on there. Look at all your social media.
mm,
It'd
well,
be
hell,
wonder when your employer gets access from your phone company to track your locations because it'll
look
happen
at
eventually. Wait and see.
what they did with the January 6th people. If your phone pinged in that area, they came and got you.
Yeah,
It's
that's
like,
messed up.
holy hell.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, hell, I reckon I ought to read some headlines and get the hell out of here. Otherwise, I'm going to have two women huffing. I'm surprised I haven't already had one huffing. You okay over there? Oh, hell, they're both asleep, I think. All right, let me get scrolled down here. See Steve left. He must be having audio issues like crazy again. I really do think you hit the nail on the head though with the audio ducking. Ah, I heard something momentarily. All right. Um, let's run through. Up, I heard you.
Okay. Hey,
I.
before you get started
Uh
with your heat press, where you're both there, uh,
huh.
What is it that it can't do? Can it do sweatshirts? Can it do shirts? I mean, what's
It can do anything. The heat press, it just,
It's got to be a polyester blend.
well, that's just for sublimation.
well, no,
Sublimation. If
no.
you're
I mean,
gonna
Well,
do
like
yeah,
this
vinyl, it'll do vinyl. It'll do
that's right.
sublimation. It'll do anything you want it to
DTF.
do. It'll do
No,
DTF. Yeah,
wait,
Well, see, okay. Well,
wait.
do
Time out. What's
because
DTF?
it's a direct to fabric. Well, no,
okay.
DTF's direct to fat. There's
Right, that's a
direct to
printer that
fabric,
prints on fabric.
and
Yeah,
then
no, it
there's,
won't do DTF.
but there's direct to film too.
What's direct to film then?
That's DTF too. That's where it's a DTF, but it's on a sheet that's got like a powder layer on it, and then you put it in your heat press. Because what you can do now is you can upload your
Right.
images to this and get what's called a gang sheet, and they'll send you a great big DTF, and you just cut out your stuff, and then you just press it on.
Oh, okay,
That
okay.
instead of buying a printer, that's what
They
everyone's doing. Because you can get a roll, like a 20-foot roll by like 4 foot, full of crap.
And you choose what's on that roll?
Yeah, you just fill it up with everything you want on it, and they send it to you in the mail. You cut it out and
And
use your
heat
press
press
and
it
press it
on.
on. Yeah.
Is that expensive?
It's cheaper than buying. I mean, a DTF.
yeah,
But
buying a printer, but who does that and how much does it cost? I noticed different. I was
on
trying to look for people
relatively,
that.
it's like, I think it averages out to like it's probably like 50 cents to $1 an image.
Oh, damn.
It depends on how big
Yeah.
it
And
is.
is it when you press it onto the fabric, what does
It
it
are
appear like? Okay, because you know what
it ap-
screen printing is, you
it
know what
looks exactly like a screen print. Like
like a
Any
screen print.
color, any color, any fabric.
Yep.
What I
You can do
understand that.
pictures,
Yeah.
Yeah.
images.
Yep.
And it's like, does it hold up like screen print?
It's supposed to be better. That's why everyone's doing it.
Holy
But
hell, I've got to look direct to film. I have got to
yep.
look into this.
And you can convert other printers to do it. And then the only thing is you got to buy this powder stuff and it sprinkles it on it after it prints. Because that's kind of like the glue that makes the ink stick to the fabric.
Okay. Can you put DTF on black shirts?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know what DTF is now. And it's kind of like old school stuff. It's there, let's say you've got an image and you heat press that image on, and let's say you've got a house with stars above it, right? And there's there's no space in between the house. There's no color in between the house and the stars.
You
Is
will
there
see like
a
it looks like
film
a clear coat. Yeah.
over that? Okay, yeah. Yeah, and it's like a plasticky type of, that's actually not anything new. That's
It,
been around for a while.
yeah, but now they're just making printers so people can do it at home.
Dude, go get
But
the sheets from Walmart, dude, and print them out in your inkjet printer.
that's what I'm saying is they make like you can do conversions and stuff.
You don't
But
even need that. You go
the
get the
market's
sheets.
so saturated. I'm not trying to get into it anymore. But for
No, but
Steve,
you don't even have to do all that. All you got to do is go get these sheets and buy these sheets and print it with your regular inkjet printer. You don't need any special ink, no nothing. You
yeah,
cut your image out and you hang on.
I've done the iron-ons, yeah, but
Um,
they always crack. That's why I think the DTF's different because it's got that powder crap on it.
oh, okay. So it doesn't crack? And you know it doesn't
It's
crack?
supposed to be a lot more durable. Like
Oh.
my old lady's got a shirt. Screen printing would never hold up to going in the dryer. You know how that is.
Oh yeah.
But this shirt holds up fine. It's like a hocus pocus shirt. It's gray. But like you said, if you don't like cricket cut around the image, anywhere there's blank space, you'll see like a sheen.
I'm looking. I'm looking real quick now because I have got. Oops.
Well, Pat, you just mentioned something there. Can, you have to cut the letters out, or it doesn't print well, or can you just lay the sheet across there, and where the letters are is where the ink should be. And it lays the ink on the fabric.
Honestly, to make it look good, you'd want to cut
Yeah.
it out in like a Cricut or with a razor blade or whatever you got time, I guess. Any empty spaces. Because like yeah, if you're
Oh,
doing say if you're doing like a college style block lettering, anywhere there's
yeah.
blank space, you're gonna kind of see a clear, but it's not really gonna be that noticeable, man. I mean, the only thing with what you're trying to do is there's a million people doing it, man. And just about any town you can,
Yeah,
there's just about every town you go to, I guarantee you there's a lady doing it at the flea market. And you
There
can
we go.
probably just go to her
well, and
and
there's
have
a
her
company
print
here
out
that,
stuff for you.
That right
You
there.
know?
That right there.
right.
What's done with the sheets that you can get from
Yeah.
Walmart and print out with a regular inkjet printer.
Yep.
That is what that'll do. So I mean, if that's good enough for what you want, Steve, you can go to Walmart and get the sheets to make that right there,
Yeah.
and use a regular printer with
What do they
regular
call the
ink.
sheets?
What do they call that? Do you remember?
Um,
It's just like transfer sheets, iron-on
yeah,
transfer
they're iron
sheets.
on transfer. That's it.
Inkjet printer iron-on transfer sheets.
They
Yeah,
got them
that.
right in the craft aisle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell me this. What I want to do. See, this is all on white shirt crap. I
But
was
this will
looking
go on
at
any color.
white letters
Yeah.
on a black shirt.
Now that what I would recommend for that would be cut vinyl.
Yeah.
Cut vinyl is what I would recommend for just like lettering on a black shirt. But see, here's the thing,
It's
Steve.
a rabbit hole, Steve. I'm telling you.
Yeah, it is. It is. It is. That's why I
Well,
got out of
size
it.
it.
I don't even make shirts
Yeah,
anymore.
but you got to find a niche. Say
But
that's the thing.
there is no niche, man, because like I said, every there in every little town there's a lady at every craft fair doing it.
Yep.
And she'll do anything you want. You know, that's the whole thing about it is anyone who's already got the printer, they're gonna, especially locally, you're not gonna be able to compete at all, man, because they're gonna be selling theirs for half the price you can make
Yeah.
yours for vinyl.
You don't recognize that guy, do you?
You're
Oh,
in a
buddy.
band, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was in that band. I was the bass guitarist, and we were a Christian band, Christian metal band.
I see.
Right on.
Yep. Yep. This is me. The business I had yard game it to where I made those yard games. That's me hanging lights. We had a what was it, 12 by 14 shed or something like that moved in, and so I, you know, put
That's your
insulation in
practice
the
room.
walls. Huh?
That was your practice room.
Oh no, that's where we built the stuff.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
Yep. There's me running wire in it, and this is me digging a trench. And see, I used to always have long hair, or long-ish hair at least. It at least came down to my shoulders for the most part. Usually longer than that though. Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
And that's where
got
I was.
mine cut.
And there it is. This is where I was putting stock in because we made ladder game. Ladder golf is a popular name for them. Hillbilly golf. There's tons of names for the same game. We used to go get bundles, just tons of bundles of it. We looked like we were big time plumbers or something, but no, we didn't do any plumbing. Yeah, that was me. You want to talk about?
Hmm.
That was the early days of vaping. Very early days. That was considered an ego style battery. So, yep, yep. Got out. There's my ministerial certificate. 2005.
They still
Yep.
use those eco style batteries. They're the screw on ones, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That have both the 510 connection and what is it? Is it the hell? I can't remember.
I
510
don't
and
know.
then the bigger one. I can't remember. It's 30 something. I
My
thought.
little pen still uses that style though. I got a pen just like that you can put
Was,
like dab in it. I've never used that part of it, but and then it has another thing you can put the cartridges on it.
that's the original vinyl cutter I had.
Yeah, Steve, there you go. But
Yep. That's the original I had. The new one's a lot like it. It's almost identical. It's just a different color. And that one came out before they integrated the USB stuff inside of it. So I had
Yeah.
to use a PDA adapter. I had to use a PDA adapter connected to the serial output on the computer. Or wait, or was it USB? Yeah, it was USB. The PDA adapter was USB that plugged into the computer. Then it had a serial cable that went from it to the vinyl cutter. And you had to fight with drivers. And I mean, it was a nightmare. We got this US cutter brand, MH871. What is going on with me? We got this MH871 from US Cutter, and it's all plug and play. You just plug the USB cord into it. You don't have to use the PDA adapter or anything else. That was a nightmare with that model.
Well, you
But
got
yeah,
the colored paper for each thing you want to make
well,
color, huh?
that's vinyl. That's signed vinyl.
yeah.
Oh,
Yep, that's
And then
adhesive
you
vinyl.
got um
well,
what's
hell.
what's the, what's the one where it's like in layers and it's liquid?
I don't know.
Don't they call that screen printing too? Yeah, because it's a
Yeah,
screen, and then they
yeah.
put on the first layer in red, and then the second layer be blue, and third layer be
That
like,
that was an awesome car, and I'm not into GM cars, but that was an awesome car.
is that the Firebird or Camaro?
Camaro '96 Camaro SS.
So it had did that have
All
LS yet or LT?
everything that was a Camaro body on a Corvette. It had Corvette brakes, Corvette engine, rear end, transmission. Everything was
Yeah, so it
Corvette.
was that,
Yep.
and that was throttle body.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Okay, so that was the LT one then.
LT1. Yeah. It
Yep.
had the LT1. Yep.
And
And
the top,
that's
Yeah,
a little
they're fun. They're quick, man. Dang.
in front of the cup holders, the little plaque that had it numbered, because they were a limited release. That car is bad to the bone, dude.
I rode in my buddies, and yeah, it was badass.
It
Cool
was
car.
bad to the bone. I when I first came into driving the car, I had a fuel pump issue, and so it kept giving problems, and so I decided, I'm not gonna pay what they wanted to buy that OEM. Frickin' GM was insane what they wanted, so I sat there at AutoZone with the guys at AutoZone. They were cool enough to get out their book, and we sat there and we looked through the book and found another fuel pump that pretty well matched the flow and the pressure. And that's what I went with. I just made up my own little hoses to adapt it in there. It was a Mercury Cougar fuel pump. So that car had a Mercury Cougar fuel pump in it. And I'll be damned if I put the fuel pump in it, and it wasn't but like a week or two later, and the frickin' junk ass transmission dropped out the damn, like they all
Oh,
do. What is
yeah.
that? I forget what that. I'm not a GM guy. I don't like GM. What is that damn transmission? They're known for it. They're pieces of crap, and here they
I
put them
don't
in
know.
that.
Was
was it an
that
automatic?
it was automatic?
Yeah, yeah, it's an
So it was
automatic.
like probably a turbo 350 or something.
No,
No,
you need a 4-speed, man.
it was a 5 speed.
M22.
It was a 5 speed automatic, and it had a from the from the factory, it had a B&M electronic shift kit in it. So you could actually, there was a switch that you could change it, I guess performance, economy.
You need an M22 low close ratio with a Hurst shifter.
I'll tell you what, that thing was badass. And that thing would not spin the tires worth a damn. If you were setting straight on nice dry pavement and all of that, now brake torque, and of course you could torque the hell out of it. But if you didn't touch the brakes and you just stomped down dead on the gas pedal, the rear end would just start hopping off the ground. And I mean, it was strange how it would hop off the ground and then launch. I mean, that was the wildest damn car I had ever driven when it came to launching. I mean, that thing was insane.
That's called wheel hop, and yeah, you got to put in it's to do with your suspension actually.
Yeah. And and the rear end, because it had the SLP, the Corvette SLP or whatever, and it was a combination of that and the rear suspension. They said that causes it to grab like that. Yeah, that's a badass car though, dude. Damn, I'm not a GM. I
my buddy
love GM.
I had a 5.0 Mustang and
what, Steve? That was my airplane. Yep, I hear it now. I hear your mic now. That was right before I bought it.
You're all gone again now. Can't hear you.
Oh, wow. Well, we hear you. We can hear you.
I had a 5.0 Mustang, and yeah, I could do burnouts in that, all day. But my buddy he had the 4.9 liter, 4.6. And he could keep up with me with the same thing. When he tried to do a burnout, his would just wheel hop like that.
Right. I can't get the stupid window to close. There we go. Fun time. I would have swore that I had the nightgown pick in there. I thought, oh great, the nightgown pick is in here. There's a picture in my pictures list of me wearing a nightgown. So anyway, let me run through these or I'm never gonna get out of here. I'm surprised I don't have two women ready to kill me. I have a sneaky suspicion that Patrick's battery went dead.
Well, something happened because you all went blank on me, and I had to reload it. But I don't see your tape or anything.
Huh? I don't know. Oh, yep. Headset died. Yep. I was right. I had to make. Oh wow, I'm frozen. I think. Oh no, I'm back. Kinda. Wow. Everything's like super laggy, it seems. Okay, well, let me run through these and get out of here. I don't know if, yeah, it's weird. I wonder why everything got laggy on my computer. Okay, let me run through these. Too soon to assess fallout from Ukraine's planned gas transit block, says the EU. Jewish schools in Paris evacuated over bomb scare, says media. UK official fired after urging Gaza truce. Russian soldiers suspected of mass murder in Donbass, says investigators. My watch was vibrating. Oh, crap. I don't have that on. Hang on 1 second, folks. I didn't have my watch charging. And I'm very, I like to have that puppy on at night for reasons. Anyway, UK mortgage approvals nosedive, says Bank of England data. Sluggish German growth sparks recession fears. I better make sure okay, audio's going out at least. I know the video's like all laggy, folks. I'm sorry about that. I don't know what's up with that. I can try to bring it down.
I hear you
And
good. I hear you fine.
yeah, my audio is fine. It's my video is really laggy. I don't
Yep.
know
I
why.
can't, like I said, I can't see you or anything. Can't see the room.
Yeah, yeah, I don't know what's up with that. Let's see. Israel may advise citizens to avoid Muslim majority regions of Russia. Ukrainian border guards using drones to catch fleeing citizens, says UNIAN. Chinese tech giants cancel Israel, says Wall Street Journal. U.S. compares anti-Jewish riots to 20th century pogroms, and I don't know if I said that wrong or not. Russian billionaire arrested in France, says Le Monde. Zelensky's chief of staff deletes link to scathing Time article, says the media. Dozens arrested over anti-Jewish riot in Dagestan. I did a report on that. Chechen leader issues death threat to would-be rioters. Israelis wear yellow stars at the UN. That's what I was talking about earlier.
Yep.
Let's see. Zelensky apartment sale proceeds to be given to Russian soldiers. Russia to introduce new crypto restrictions, says MP. Yeah, there must be something going on with workrooms because my whole table and everything jumped up for a second. Let's see. Paris police shoot woman who threatened to blow herself up on a train. Apparently, she was wearing attire that would be worn by Muslims, and I guess that's what prompted them to go ahead and take that shot. I get it, especially with what she was saying,
Dead
and
man switch.
yeah, yeah, yep. Well, you know, you would have thought if it was a
She
real,
wasn't.
that's
That's
right.
right. She wasn't
You
ready for that job, was she?
no, no. She
You
didn't have.
pull that out and you push it down, then everybody backs off.
She should have at least had something in her hand. You know what I mean? I mean, make it at least
Yeah. Well, yeah.
make it at least appear like it. You know, if you let go, all hell's gonna break loose. I
That's
don't
right. You shoot me. There you go.
know. I'm taking the
That wasn't.
subway
That
with me.
wasn't. That's right. All the really good bombers are gone.
Yeah, yeah. It's funny how that only happened. You know, it only works once. Uh,
Yeah.
Blinken's son. I know this is going to warm your heart, Steve. Blinken's son dressed up as Zelensky for Halloween. EU country doubles
Who?
Russian gas imports. What's
Oh,
that?
the the government official, U.S.
Yeah,
official.
yeah. Russian Israeli citizen jailed for trying to join the Ukrainian army. Probably not a good idea.
You talk about dressed up as Zelensky.
Yeah,
He's the
the kid was, yeah.
not second.
Do what?
Uh,
It's in and out
okay.
again.
Nothing. Go ahead. Go ahead. Continue.
Oh, okay.
Am I? Sorry.
It's all right. Russia rules out easy exit for Western firms. Russia experiencing major teacher shortage, says RBK. U.S. should commit 100 nuclear warheads to defend South Korea, says a study. I wonder who paid for that study. Suspect in attempt on ex-Ukrainian MP's life is detained, says FSB. Russia will succeed in Ukraine without the U.S., says the Pentagon. Yeah. And Russia will succeed in Ukraine with the U.S. It doesn't matter. U.S. used Ukraine to separate Russia and the EU, says Moscow. Anti-Israel protesters disrupt Blinken's state testimony. or Senate testimony, sorry. Pro-Palestine activist dumps mice inside UK McDonald's. And I put that out on a post earlier, and I said that it was asymmetrical warfare. That's right, asymmetrical warfare. Gaza, now a graveyard for children, says UN agency. Yemen confirms joining Israel-Gaza conflict. Oh, I spoke on that. Pentagon announces ICBM tests, so we're going to be launching a Minuteman 3. Dagestan head labels anti-Jewish rioters pathetic, cowardly animals. I think we might be testing that missile tomorrow. I can't remember. It seemed like they said Wednesday. Top UN official resigns over body's failure to stop genocide of Palestinians. What's that, Steve? Oh,
I didn't
journalist.
say anything.
Oh,
Are
okay,
you
okay.
hearing something?
I did, but that doesn't mean anything. Journalist injured in Ukrainian attack on Donetsk. FBI chief
Okay.
threats over possible Hamas-inspired attacks in the U.S. Russia warns Israel about attacks on Syria. South American state cuts ties with Israel over Gaza conflict, and I mentioned that earlier. That's it. Yay. Yay. I'm going to kill my big screen then. Because yay. Stop sharing. There. Now I can make that small. Oof. That's better. And now I'm all fast again. So maybe what I really needed to do was maybe I needed to disconnect my computer for a moment and then reconnect it. Because now I show that I'm all good on the screen going out to everybody. So now I know. When I get super laggy, stop the screen share and then reshare it. Fun. Okay, anyway, well, I am going to get out of here, Steve. It is 10 till 10, and I've got women's to get gummied and bed to get taken.
Okay.
Okay,
Enjoyed it.
what's that?
Enjoyed it.
Oh,
I was
okay. You're just real low again now. I don't know why, but I heard you that time, so. Alrighty, well, I am out of here, and hopefully we'll see you tomorrow night.
Very good. Very good.
Alrighty, and folks, I appreciate you coming tonight. God willing, we'll see you as well tomorrow night. As always, God bless you. We love you. Be one with your spirit, and shalom.
Oh, you're back on the screen now.
Yeah.